Hi YouTube, this is Yudi here. I'm back with my 38-week update. I haven't done an update in a really long time. I mean, I did a 36, 37 last time when I talked about the hospital and what had happened, so there wasn't really an update. So I'm going to do an actual update today, which I'm going to post this up a day earlier than what I normally do. And as far as how I'm feeling, I think I'm feeling pretty good. I've always mentioned that I've had a pretty easy pregnancy. I haven't had diabetes yet. I never had like nausea or anything like that, which I've already mentioned. But I've had an easy pregnancy. Some people are like, you just have the perfect pregnancy, and it's like, no, there is some things that I have, and I have told you guys about the hip pain, like about the low pelvic pain or whatever pain, and I still feel that, and of course I think it's gonna get worse as the baby grows. And I do feel like she has dropped. I haven't been told that she has, but I feel like she has because I used to feel her up higher where I couldn't breathe, and sometimes I am a little out of breath, but I do feel like she's lower. Like I feel her lower. It hurts like lower, and so hip pain, I guess symptoms I'll talk about. So like, yeah, so if I stand for a while, like if I'm at work, and oh my god, it was so busy at work last week that I almost cried, and I was like so busy that I was like standing up, and I was like, I just need to sit down for like 5 minutes because my back was hurting so bad. But from like me standing, like, and when I go home and lay down, I can't get up anymore because it's like I'm so tired, from being overweight, and then still like, and also from having a baby in there, so I was just like, oh my god. I'll go home, take a hot shower, lay down, and just don't get up. Don't cook anything for my boyfriend. He's actually been cooking for me, which he's so sweet. But anyways, so then another thing that I've been feeling is like nipple pain. I know I've mentioned that I've had like sore nipples like in the beginning, but right now it's like this weird, like if I'm like laying down and I get goosebumps, how you get your like nipple gets hard. Well, I feel like it's gonna like rip off, like it'll hurt so bad, like not only when I'm cold, but like if I'm just normal, like laying down, like they'll both start hurting like really bad, to the point where I'm starting to like pinch them because it's like it hurts, and I pinch like, oh, like, oh, they hurt so bad, and I'll let go, and I feel like the pain coming back, so I have to pinch them again and kind of like massage them to kind of like, make the pain go away. Which I just think it's weird that I'm getting it, because it's like a burning feeling. But yeah, I don't know if it's because I'm getting closer to my due date or what, but I am 38 weeks 4 days. I'm gonna be 39 weeks on Monday. On Thursday, sorry. Yeah, so that's it for symptoms. I think I have had a few cravings, and I had to have gotten the worst possible craving that I could have gotten, which I couldn't. I would have been happy if I would have craved like vegetables or something healthy, but no, I'm craving sweet stuff. It's like ice cream, chocolate, cake, pie, cinnamon rolls, anything sweet. Like I'll get up at night, and then I'll be like, oh my god. The other day I had a dream that I was at a buffet, and it was like a dessert buffet. Like the restaurant, there was no like food. It was just like junk food. Like, I was in line, how you get your plate to go serve yourself, and it was like pies and ice cream and all kinds of desserts. And I filled up my plate, and just when I was gonna sit down and take a bite out of like this like egg roll looking thing that had ice cream in the middle or in the inside, I took a bite, and I wake up and I was like, are you serious? I didn't even get to eat the food. So then of course that day I was like, I need like chocolate cake and some ice cream or something, but I try not to eat it because I know, you know, I'm watching my blood sugars and all that, so I shouldn't eat it, you know, eat anything like that. So talking about the blood sugars, my blood sugars have been really good. You know, the doctor tells me I'm really good. No diabetes yet, even though I still have like what, a week and a half to go. Oh my god, it's going by so fast. I still haven't had the diabetes, which I'm so excited, you know, that I didn't get it so far. But they do say that the last weeks are like the riskier weeks, or like the most dangerous weeks, where you can get like your blood sugar can go up really high. So, but my last appointment, you know, I'm having my appointment every week now. My last appointment was last Wednesday, the 9th. Yeah. And you know how they weigh you? Well, I've lost a pound, which I was kind of excited because I'm like, yippee, you know, at least I'm not gaining. I didn't gain another pound. So yeah, you know, I've lost a pound. And you know, they started checking my cervix and all that. This is the second time they checked me, and I don't want them to do it anymore. Like, the second time was worse than the first, and I was already like, you know. And I told the lady, well, my doctor, and you know, it hurts so bad. And at first she's like, oh, I know it hurts, I'm sorry. And I'm thinking, no, it doesn't. Then I went, oh, yes, it does, you know. And I was like, oh my god, you know. And my eyes got watery, like that, oh, like that pain, like I got cramps. And then I said, oh my god, you know, is that what labor feels like? And she's like, well, I'm not trying to scare you, but no, you know. She's like, it's worse. And I'm like, oh my god. So like now I'm all nervous. I mean, I was already starting to get nervous, even though the pain, the labor and all that excuse me, was something I didn't worry about at all, until now that it's like getting so close. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm gonna be in pain. Like, you know, I'm so scared for the pain. So like I keep asking my mom, oh my god, is it really as bad as they say? And she goes, no. She's like, the worst part are the contractions. She goes, that's the worst part. And she's like, it's worse, the contractions are worse than when you're pushing out the baby. And she's like, but when you get a contraction, it's like you push, you know, really strong, because it's like you want them to stop so bad that you just push to like get it out. And she's like, but the baby coming out is actually not as bad as the contraction. So I'm like, that's what I was worried about, was like the pushing, I mean the coming out and the ripping and the all that. Anyways, so they, you know, they checked my cervix. The first time they checked it, not last week but the one before, I was 1 centimeter dilated, and I was amazed because I'm like, really? I'm like, wow, you know. So then this last time I went, I was 3 centimeters dilated. In a week I dilated 2 more. So I was like thinking, what does this mean? Like, am I gonna go into labor like tomorrow? Or, but it's been like almost a week, so nothing yet. But I have noticed that, well, actually I did lose my mucus plug, and at first I didn't know that we had a mucus plug, that anything was supposed to come out, until, you know, it came out. And I told my sister, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I am like having all this like mucus stuff coming out. And I know it sounds really gross, but you know. And she's like, oh, that's your mucus plug, and oh my god, that means you're gonna have the baby soon. So when I went to my doctor's appointment last week, that I was 3 centimeters dilated, you know, they ask you, have you had any discharge and all this. So then I told her, you know, what it was coming out, and I described it to her, that it was like a thick, like almost pudding like yellow, like really light yellow, like mucus looking thing. And she's like, yeah, that sounds like your mucus plug. And she's like, you know, and she told me what it would look like and all this. So then, you know, after a few days later passed, I mean, I still get a little bit and a little bit. And then the other day I had a lot, like just a lot came out, and I was like, ew, you know. It was like a little bit of brown and like some reddish was in it. And then she explained to me that that's what it would look like. So I'm like, you know, so I guess I'm losing it, or I lost it, I don't know. But my mucus plug has definitely been unplugging. But so that's really excited, because I think I'm moving along just fine. Anyways, so back to I had an ultrasound in my 37th week, like the day I turned 37 weeks. I had an ultrasound, and they measured the baby, and she measures average, like she's what she's supposed to measure at 37 weeks. But when she told me that she's approximately like 7 pounds 2 ounces, to me, I told her, is that big? And she goes, no. She goes, that's average, you know, that's normal, that's really normal. And I'm thinking, no, it's not, because, you know, they gain half a pound every week. I have 3 more weeks to go. If she's 7 pounds and 2 ounces in 3 weeks, that would be another pound and a half. So she'd be like, what, 8 pounds and a half? Like, to me, that seems kind of big. But, I mean, I don't know. She's like almost 9 pounds. But, so I don't know. It's a little scary, but, you know, she said it was normal. You know, that it was normal. And then she just, that's what they think she weighs, according to how she measures. I mean, she could just be really big. Because, I mean, I'm really tall. I'm like 5'8". And, I mean, some people might not be tall, but for us Mexican, I'm very tall. You know, so she could just be big like me. I don't know. And, she did do a 4D ultrasound, and she does look like her dad. I want her to look like me, but what are you gonna do? She still looks cute though, but she does look like her dad. And everybody that has seen the ultrasound pictures are like, oh my god, she looks like her dad. And I'm like, you can't say it's not your kid, because I mean, it has your face. So I haven't had any contractions at all. Well, I don't think anyways. It's just, it's so hard for me to know if it's a contraction or Braxton Hicks or what, because it's my first pregnancy. But I do get some cramping, like mild cramping, like when your period's about to start and you feel that, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna get my period, you know, I'm cramping a little bit. Like, that's what it feels like. I haven't had nothing big, you know. I did feel pressure the other day down there. Actually today and like a few days ago, like to where I'll stand up and I'll walk and I'm like, oh my god, and I feel like I have to open my legs a little bit because I feel like something's pressing like down there, like pushing, and I almost feel like something wants to rip out or like come out. And I was like, you know, I told my boyfriend, I feel like something's pushing me down there. I'm like, no, but then it goes away and then it'll come back and it'll go away. But I don't know. I mean, I do feel really heavy, like on my bottom of my belly. Like I do feel more heavy down there, like more weight, like more pressure. Like I'm thinking she dropped. I don't know. I'm looking so forward to having her already. But then again, I'm getting a little sad because I've enjoyed being pregnant so much that, you know, as soon as I have her, it's like I'm gonna miss being pregnant. Like I already miss being pregnant and I'm still pregnant, you know. And it's like, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but like I already feel like she's growing up so fast. But yeah, so this Thursday I'm gonna be 39 weeks, and it is actually my last day of work. I am so excited. So my due date's on the 24th, so I decided to take my maternity leave like a week before my due date, so I can have a week to like prepare and clean the house and, you know, get everything ready for when it happens. I'm like, everything's clean, everything's ready. I just have to push her out and bring her home and I'm good, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I'm gonna be gone for like what, 3 months. And it is a little, oh, I can't wait. You guys have no idea how much I'm looking forward to it. But we've already installed the car seat. I'll probably do another video later, like tomorrow. And I'll show you guys kind of what I have, like new stuff that I have and stuff. But yeah, so I'm still a little active. You know, we went dancing last night, me and my boyfriend, brother and her wife, or his wife, her husband, my mom, you know. So hey, it's gonna help with labor. And my sister is just all about the, how are you feeling? You feeling okay? You know, she'll text me, and if I call her and she doesn't hear the phone, she calls me back like, oh my god, what's going on? You know, I'm sorry I missed your call. Like, she is freaking out. And she's like, I just can't wait to see her. But I'm gonna do a quick belly shot because my time's almost up. Oh, I feel so heavy. This is my belly. You can definitely tell that it grew. I'm gonna do it real quick. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.